Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's show. We are down in Madison fishing with our good friend Brian Zupke. Big B, what's happening?
Not much. We're gonna go out and do some multi-species.
We are, okay. Hey Mike.
Larry,
Mike
how you doing?
from Dick Smith's. Hey, how did you happen to get him out of the shop?
I don't know. I just guess I had to beg and plead for
Did ya?
Becky to let him come out.
Well,
yeah.
it's a good deal. Hey, so what's new?
We're getting ready for ice fishing right now.
It's hard to
Oh, yeah.
believe, man.
Hard to believe,
I mean,
but
it's right around the corner.
You betcha.
I very seldom go to any of the big box stores anymore. If I need something, I usually call you or I go online and order it. You know, so that is an option at Dick Smith's.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have, especially ice fishing, we do have a lot of specialty products too.
Hey, as far as ordering, products that are like things that are happening now, how do you know about that? Kind of like using guys like Big B and your other pro staff guys, really kind of in guys that come in and out of there that are on the water every day, really saying, hey, Mike, they're biting on this, or we need more of this, or this.
Oh yeah, that's one thing different about our store is we listen to the customers and we'll bring in things that are hot in the market and we can turn it on a dime.
You guys hang on to your heinies, we'll be right back. Hey, what are we even fishing for today?
Big bluegills.
The trolling motor's right over top of them, Larry.
Yep.
They took off.
They did not like that, just like when we fished that one time.
So a way I like to fish for these bluegills, kind of just switching it up a little bit because these crappies are being spooky, but I'm running a tandem rig. But what I'm doing is pinching the line together, the tag part and the main line, pinching it together so I get a little loop, and we're just doing a polymer knot. So those hooks, you start at the top hook and then you work to the bottom hook. See how it sits up there like that, horizontal? And then I'm running a leader line to main braid. And the nice thing too is if you run braid, it floats on top of the water. So if you want to switch to a bobber, you're good there too. Plus you get the added sensitivity. So now we're gonna go to the second one. We're gonna do number 6 Aberdeen hook. See how that hook is there, Mike?
Yep.
Great for a drop shot. So we got a jig head for the bottom. See how it points up like that? And then you got the Aberdeen hook on top. So you figure out, you give them a little color and you give them a little, just full worm. Just a regular overhand knot, just like that. And then we grab a number 2 split shot. Keep it simple. And we run it just like that. Here you go, Larry. You ain't call me the bluegill whisperer.
Oh, the whisper.
It's pretty much just fishing cribs, bouncing around these cribs, looking for schools of fish. It's a good eater size.
Yeah, good eater right there.
Yeah, it's not those big ones like
Hey.
this lake is known for.
We got to start somewhere, my friend. This one feels a little bit better, Brian. Not bad. Another good eater right there.
I love chasing bluegills because they're easy to pattern. As summer progresses, let's say you get into the August time, those fish are pushed all the way out to suspending, or you'll still find them on structure, mid-lake humps, and then fall, you find them pushed back up the weed lines, and winter, they'll still have fish that are still roaming the basin, but you'll have a lot of fish that are in weeds. Coming right
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on. You can do it.
little guys out.
We don't want
What
little.
is that?
That is a small smallie. Glad I didn't catch that. Mike, you keep your little fish on your side of the boat.
No more fish here, so we're gonna move and check another spot. All you can do is keep moving. We just jumped lakes. We went from one lake to the next. The last lake we were on has quality fish, but it was tough. Yesterday it was good, and today it was just dismal. So we jumped in, hopped to this next lake, and we're giving this a shot. And Mike already caught one right away. So there's actually a bunch of them on my side right here, Mike. Come over here, bring it in quick.
There you go. Nice job, Mike. Ooh, it looks like a little better one, huh?
It's not a bad one.
That's-
They're good eaters in here.
Good
Yeah.
eater size.
Yep.
Here we go. A little bit better one.
That one's there. Here we go. There's like an eight and
That's
a
a
quarter.
keeper.
That was definitely a keeper. So they're here.
A little live well.
Just gotta, sort through them. Here we go. Here's a Fred.
A Fred?
Yeah, here's a Fred. a good eater. Yeah, I saw them on live scope. They were schooled up. They kind of do the same thing, you know, as everything else. They don't like coming underneath the boat sometimes, so you got to go to them.
See, it's interesting. You're using the Garmin Live Scope, and I've got the Mega up front here, and that's by Humminbird. And I just got this one, everybody, and that's a keeper right there.
Yeah,
and it's like anything, you know. I've got a couple live scopes too, and it's a learning curve.
These fish are smart. They, you know, and you think we're fishing in 13 feet of water? It's not a lot of water. I would say this is 8 1/4.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna take the challenge on that because
right.
I'm gonna call you.
All right.
So I'm gonna grab my.
How big you think?
I'm thinking that fish right there is 7 3/4.
I'll be damned.
8 1/4. Son of a buck was right. God, I hate it when he's right. Right? Well, I guess I'm buying him lunch.
I have fish from 20 to 30 feet right here. So we'll watch the bait drop right into them. We'll kind of guesstimate where 30 feet is right there. See the bait going down? Right into that part of that school. Watch this. There, he's biting it already. There he is.
Got him?
Yep.
Zupke, you are the master of disaster.
Little guy. Little Larry.
It's a learning curve, and I just got this unit right here, like I said, you know, maybe a week or two ago, and I haven't used it a lot. That's a nice fish. I'm so used to my Garmin that I'm gonna keep dialing this in.
So that's probably an 8-incher. Larry wants to bump it.
No, I'm not even going there.
So that school is kind of fading out. So what I like to do is zoom it way out, spin the handle. Oh, there they are. Oh boy. So you want to see a bunch of them. Here they are.
What do you got there, Mike? That's a good fish. Good job.
That one's got some shoulders on. Oh, little
Okay,
guy with
little
some
guy.
skunk. Haven't caught a double yet. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The day is young.
Hey, so Mike, let's talk a little bit. We were just talking before you caught that one. Let's talk about what you think the best reel on the market for the cost is right now.
Right now in our case, probably the Daiwa Regal.
Regal?
Yep, it's about a $60 reel. 2 leading reels in the market, definitely Daiwa and Shimano. Flugers right there, Akuma. So
And that's what I'm used to. I'm used to using a lot of the Fluger Presidents. So what do you compare that Daiwa to, right to one of the Presidents? Okay, yeah, that's a good reel.
Yeah, and if you've been in our store this summer, we got a huge selection of reels. We got 5 cases, glass cases of reels, from spinning reels to bait casters to musky reels to even trolling reels with line counters.
Hey Brian, hold that fish up right there. That's definitely a nice Zupke hands.
Did you get that?
Smith hands.
Oh God.
We went from Zupke hands to Smith hands. Feels like a good fish.
Not that big though.
What do you mean?
That's like a 7-incher.
7 1/4.
Don't make me bump out that bump board
You
again.
guys are killing me. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Not bad at all. Look at that. Right? You guys, all of a sudden I get a decent one. You guys want to leave. I see how you two operate back there. Looks like they are ready to go, my friend. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm gonna sample one of these babies for us. You know, I had this venison in my freezer. I took it in, had it made into these prime rib burgers. They're probably one of my favorite things to eat. You will never know that this is venison, not even a chance. That's delicious. Hey everybody, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey, this week we've got Mike from Dick Smith's in the boat with us, and I'll tell you, Mike, you have probably got more tips.
Yep, absolutely. 40 years in retail. This is our 40th anniversary. And,
Congratulations on that.
Thanks. But yeah, we get a lot of inquiries at the store. So
Yeah, we're coming in the fall, so let's give everybody a tip on, obviously, fall is a great time for any kind of fishing, but you have got a lot of people, and of course today we're pan fishing. Let's talk about pan fishing. Good tips for pan fishing.
yeah, pan fishing in the fall is phenomenal. All fishing in the fall is phenomenal, but pan fishing specifically, we get a lot of pan fishermen in the store. So for crappies and perch, you know, the crappie minnows, the fatheads, the rosy reds, but for for gills in the fall, you know, waxworms are still a year-round bait. A good juicy waxworm on a jig, or one of our other top sellers in the stores, the giant redworm, you know, big reds.
You guys over at Dick Smith's, you guys make a lot of your own jigs.
Yep.
Right, and you make jigs from you know, basically 32nd ounce all the way up.
Yep. We started 64th.
64th. Wow.
And we do it all in-house, made in the USA. All of our employees, we paint, we dot eyes, we bake them. This is all powder coat. These are 1/64th. Brian likes these in the spring. They're also good in the fall. But the unique thing about our jigs is the eye of the jig is punched out.
Hey everybody, again, this week's Tip of the Week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats. Remember, it is the finest jerky on the planet. I tell you what, sometimes when you're fishing with certain people, they are a little messy, especially when they're using some kinds of scents. You know, today they're using the doctor's juice, and I'll tell you, that stuff sticks to a boat like no tomorrow. It's almost like glue. Look how easily that comes off. Hey, I'll tell you what, Brian, what another awesome day we had fishing with you. You know what, like always, it's always fun. You know, I mean, we're always learning. You know, we did have to jump to another lake to get the show done, which certainly didn't take very long once we got out here.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good day once we got out here. This bite out here has been amazing all summer. All spring, all summer, and it'll continue to be good probably all the way to November.
And you're fishing basically right up till freeze up, and then of course ice guiding, you know, that's a huge thing for you guys.
Yeah, ice guiding, we're already starting to take bookings. I'm booking for February because I don't know what the ice conditions are going to be.
Right.
But we're filling up February right now for deep basin perch.
Big B, let's tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of me at bigbsguideservice.com or my cell 608-219-0505. If you guys want to learn how to use your Panoptics, if you buy one, Mike will have them this winter. Get them set up. Get a lithium battery. Don't buy it and put it on the boat. Use the ice bundle because then you can use it ice fishing or in the boat.
Hey Mike, let's tell everybody where the shop is if they don't know.
We're in Delafield, Wisconsin, between Milwaukee and Madison, right off 94, Highway 83. We also have our website, dicksmithslivebait.com.
Hey everybody, I'll tell you what, we had an absolute blast chasing bluegills on the Madison chain, but we're switching up gears. We're gonna head out with the one and only Lance the Lightning for some white bass on the Winnebago system, which are pretty hot and heavy right now. Let's see how we can do.
Hey Lance, I'll tell you what, I was out today with some really nice people and we decided to do a little perch fishing this morning. And we started off, the temperature was about 49 degrees. I mean, it's gotten cold. We're just into October now. When I see perch biting this late in the year, that I know it's gonna be a great winter. And we need to talk about ice fishing because it is right around the corner. And you and I today,
we'll be out here.
Yep, we're gonna go pull some flies and catch some white bass and maybe a few walleyes.
But what we're gonna go out here and do today there, Larry, is we'll hit some white bass. I'm sure pick up some walleyes. It's that time of year. The last week and a half, we've had the cold temperatures. Early mornings have been upper 30s, lower 40s.
Yep.
The water temperature plummeted. The bait fish and all the fish are starting to come into the rivers now.
And I'll tell you, Lance, I don't know if you would agree with this or not, but I personally feel any time that we have a cold fall, the fish actually bite better. You know, we've had a lot of mild falls over the last 10 years, but this year, you know, it started in September, the temperatures start cooling down big time, and the fish definitely have been putting the feed bag on. Hey, so we're gonna go pull some flies. We're gonna show everybody the proper way to pull flies. And you know what you like to do a lot of times is you like to actually put bait on the flies.
Yeah, I'll tip them with minnows. One with minnow, one without, see what they're hitting on. Yesterday, 70% of our fish came with the one with the minnow on it, even when it had same colors on.
Hey everybody, hang on to your heinies. We're gonna go on the search for some white bass and walleyes. What are you calling it?
Whitey.
Whitey tighty?
No. Yeah, it's gotta be. There we go.
Good one too.
Without the minnow.
Yep.
We're not keeping any today, but that's perfect for the frying pan.
Got that one, just kind of smoked it. That's a nice white bass.
That's a larger one.
Yep, that's a better one right there for sure. No bait, I'm not running any bait. Boy, them fish are cold. It's good to feel that cool water like that. White bass, you know, a lot of people think that white bass are not good eating, and I'll tell you, I will argue with you day in, day out. They're extremely good eating if you catch them and you eat them right away. The only problem with them is if you don't rinse them down good and you freeze them, then that oil bleeds into the meat and it gets a little bit strong. I just do not get it why people want to eat whitefish out of Lake Michigan or out of the Bay of Green Bay. I'm going to tell you, I think a white bass is 10 times better eating than a whitefish. So I want to know what you guys and gals think about that. Tell me what your opinion is. Again, with the exception of Lake Superior. A lot of it's got to do with the way you twitch, you know? And again, working that fly can vary from the time of day. Like in the morning, a lot of times, especially now that it's obviously getting cool, it's getting down to the high 30s, the low 40s. Nice fish right there again. We're not keeping any fish. I just got done with a guide trip. Lance is hooked up. Oh, lost him. A lot of times in the morning when the water is cooler, I won't move that fly a lot. And that's where I think the live bait comes into play some days too. But when it warms up, like now, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm a lot more aggressive with that fly. And I'll show you guys how I'm pumping it, and Lance will show you how he's working it too. What I'm doing in the morning, I'll just barely move it. But right now, I'm popping it a lot harder, and I'm always following it back. And when I'm following it back, I can feel that sinker hitting the bottom every time. The old hammered gold. You could probably do something where it looked like it was hammered, all gold glitter. That might not be the worst idea. Let's see what you got, Lance. Come on, buddy. Oh, nice whitey. Hold that one up. That's a tank.
That's it, Tatanka. It's fine where it's at. The only other place we want is on the other end of a thunderhead.
It's a good one. Liking that.
Walleye?
The old Mag's rod. No.
Whitey.
Nice whitey. You know, it's kind of funny now. That's 3 I've gotten in the last 15 minutes, all on that middle fly. And that one absolutely engulfed that fly. Look at that. You know, flies, I feel that, you know, pretty much can be used anywhere around the country. And it seems like they always work better when you have some kind of current. I'm using about a 5.5 foot leader. I'm using 10-pound test XT. I'm not using a fluorocarbon, I'm using a mono. I don't want it to sink. I'm gonna use my sinker to get it to where I need it to do. And I like to tie them in tandem. I usually put a bead on my end one, which helps it ride up a little bit more. What do you got?
I don't know, Larry.
What do you got going, buddy?
Yeah, another whitey.
Oh, good deal.
Oh, no, I'm doubled up.
You got what?
Really? I thought I had a
you were
walleye
just
for a
snag.
second, but I got out of the snag.
That's, woo, there you go.
Double's a treat.
Is it double?
You don't get that too often. When you do, you think it's a walleye.
Yeah.
Nothing but weight. Come find them. Typically, that's all you got to do this time of year. You know, our electronics kind of tell the story. Where we had them yesterday, there were a few fish there, but just keep moving around, find another pod, fish them for an hour, slide to another one.
Lance, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about ice fishing.
Like all systems, everything goes in cycles. Our white bass have been down a little bit. You know, obviously we're getting on pretty good pods here now, so hopefully they rebound. But one thing that we know for sure is our perch population is going to be great out there. That's kind of what we targeted last year. We did get, you know, some walleyes, white bass and crappie mixed in, but 70% of the fishing was for perch. Give me a shout at 920-410-9920 or at greatdayguiding.com. Or if you want to do some river fishing yet this year, give us a ring.
Are you being shy? Don't be shy. Oh, look at you, little guy. Ah, oh my gosh. Just kidding. Gotcha tonight. Tying up another rig here because Lance is whooping my hinder. So basically, I like to tie my flies in tandem here. I use a Palomar knot to do it. And I always kind of like mixing the colors up a lot too, just because I don't myself have a pattern going. Lance has got a pretty good pattern. He's been pretty consistent. Typically when we're pulling flies, we go between 1 and 1.1, 1.4 miles an hour. A lot of times, you know, pulling into the current is slightly more productive. Sometimes we'll attack the current, go crosswise or go up and then start weaving back and forth, which really kind of allows that bait to be stalled out a little bit, and that can be real productive. Feels like a good one. Want to feel him? What do you think? Feels pretty good. Thinks it's a good one. What do we got here?
Oh, what do we got? Stinker, you knew it was a good one. It's your favorite fish. Look at that, buddy. Nah, see that? Look at that. He knows a good fish right there. Walleye, right? Nice job, Stink. Hey, you guys, did you guys lose a cat? Found it was swimming across the river here. It's not your cat? Okay. It smells a little funny. You know, it's all about coming out and having fun, but fall is my favorite time of year. I know Lightning Lance thinks the same way. You got great fishing, you got great hunting. There's always so much going on. Get outside, enjoy the outdoors, spend time with your friends and family, because you don't know how long they're gonna be there. Hey, I wanna thank all of the military men and women for the great service that they have given this country and continue to give this country, along with all of our fighter fighters, paramedics, and no doubt, all of our police force. As I always say, and don't forget this, it is a great day to be alive, and the best part is we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for joining us.
What did the beef jerky say to the pork jerky? It's nice to meet you. Hey guys, huge congrats to our giveaway winner this week, Chasing the Call. We got some jerky for you, best jerky on the planet, and we got a Vortex beanie here with the cold weather coming. Shoot us an email at larrysmithoutdoors@gmail.com. We'll get this stuff sent over to you. And for the rest of you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for your chance to win next week. It's a great day to be alive.